Let's look at some ignorant shit. Now, people have been doing videos on this woman and her channel. The usual, the regulars, the usual suspects. I've seen it on two different videos being done about it. I can't remember who did it. One was Actual Justice Warrior, maybe, and someone else. But anyway, probably Sargon of Akkad, someone like that. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, this is just ridiculous, far left leaning nonsense. But it's been getting. I mean, look at the people. Look at the related channels. This is what I'm saying. Look at the related channels. You got The Thinkery, which is Sargon of Akkad's second or third channel, whatever. Mark Dice. God, The Daily Wire. PewDiePie, because PewDiePie is related to everything, I suppose. Fox News. Stephen Crowder. Yeah, so that's just hilarious how they're all related channels to this. That just shows, because this is real fringe stuff. Okay, I mean, if you don't know about this, it's called Radical Cram School. Is this thing that this woman Kristina Wong does, and you'll see why people have picked up on this. But look, she's only got 3.2k subscribers. This is a hell of a lot more than me. But it's been getting way more attention than it should, to be honest. This should just be pushed to the. This shit should just be ignored. So why am I talking about it? It's about the principle of the matter. That's what I really want to get into, and also just to take the piss out of it, because I'm sure that'll be fun. But this video is the one. So you got the #1 Radical Cram School. I don't know what cram stands for or what it is. Maybe I don't. Maybe I'm not woke enough or something. I don't know. But it's media studies. This is the video that most people have been talking about. Like Paul Joseph Watson has done a video on this, and that popped up. Like I get all sorts of weird suggested videos these days. Like when you do a lot of research at certain channels, it just gets crazy. Like back in the day when I was trying to find, you know, subject matters to take the piss out of for comedy videos and stuff, my algorithm would just get absolutely fucked. Like YouTube has no idea what I'm into. It just has no clue. And if I watch a few of these videos, they're gonna think I'm totally skewed in the head. There's a point where I was watching loads of Mark Dice videos because he's a complete nut job. He's a total nut job. A rich nut job, I expect. A nut job all the same. And then it was like just mad conspiracy shit just filling up my feed. And I was like, oh God. I need to just create a separate channel called Research Channel. Just for me. But I just use all my other channels anyway. Look. So obviously Paul Joseph Watson is big time. You know, he's got 1.5 million subscribers. So a lot of people, you know, it's hit sort of, and channels like that have got to talk about this sort of stuff. That's their bread and butter. Like this is their job, and this is what people want to see them going after shit like this. So you know, and I say the 77,000 views it's got is because of that. Other ones are like 31k, 17k, 16k, 14. It's pretty. Yeah, everything that the Asian Women Review is her other thing. Is her other show that she does. You know what I mean? But I think maybe a lot of these views are coming because of. Well, I mean, look at the related channels. It's because the only people talking about her. I haven't seen anything about anyone going how great it is. It's all just shitting on it. And I will add to the shitting campaign right now. But this stuff is bonkers. Like this is bonkers stuff. I consider myself a man of the people. I know Joe Average. I hang out with Joe Average, you know. I literally have a friend called Joe Average. Yeah, alright. And a lot of people just don't. People know about regular people, yeah, know about sort of these gender issues that we've got going on in the UK, because it's become kind of a topic. They know about, you know, there's a certain biases in the media, left-wing biases. There's definitely an anti-Brexit bias. There's definitely it's definitely become taboo to talk about Islam unless it's positive in the media. Like, regular people know this sort of stuff. And that whole thing about not talking about Islam, when the media literally turned everyone into Islamic scaredy cats, and now they blame them for being scared. Media's great, isn't it? But they know, you know, they know about a few things, but this kind of thing, they don't know about this. Like, they ain't got a clue about this world. Like, you know, they don't know about nothing about this. You know, the regular people will learn about Ugandan knuckles next December. That's regular folk, man. I hang out with a lot of regular folk, you know. So I'll be telling them stuff and they'll think I'm fucking crazy because they don't have a clue. But here it is. Now, let's just play this video, alright, with this nut job. Now, as you can see, look, 77,000 views. Go away, advert. That's stupid. This is obviously a key point. This is monetized as well, and we'll go into that whole thing. Look, 77,730 views to count to date. 14,000 dislikes, 358 likes. Most of these types of videos get that sort of ratio, and they will say, oh, it's hate mobs coming in. Well, most of the traffic is generated from people who think this stuff is abhorrent, and they just will go just to dislike it. And they've disabled the comments. That's unsurprising. Let me just check number 2, which is
welcome to Radical
dislike ratio.
School. We're going to learn about social justice,
better,
revolution, and how to be powerful in the bodies that you have.
Shocking. Still pretty shocking.
Hello, my sisters.
See this drama one? The one that's drama. What's this?
Welcome to Radical.
So these are like,
we're going to learn.
As we look through it, you know, her regular viewing figures seem to be sort of 16, 17,000. But look at the dislike ratio. Comments disabled. All these kind of creators do disable their comments.
We're going to learn about social. Welcome to Radical Cram School.
Sorry, disabling your comments is like counterproductive in YouTube. It's like comments help boost your videos. So, you know, just bring the hate. Just embrace. Look, every hater makes you successful. In YouTube terms, maybe the dislike ratio is awful. Well, they should have if you're going to disable the comments because, oh, we don't want any mean. If you're expecting hatred comments, now I don't know when they disable the comments. It may have been recent after, you know, people have picked up on this shit, because this woman obviously wasn't hugely well known, like, until people started noticing it and going, this woman is a lunatic. But for a very small thing, see this, look, it's supported by, I don't know, they could be Patreon supporters or who knows. But look at the production stuff. This is what I'm saying, a lot of these, you'll get creators who, let's use Paul Joseph Watson as an example, just because he's pretty big, you know, and he's hyper right-wing partisan. It's just him and a camera, and what's he got? He's got like a map behind him, that's it. The man's doing that well. And then you get a lot of these smaller channels, like you had stuff like, you know, we talked about MTV Decoded before, about how, you know, that's just so dead, it's not even, I don't know how it makes any money, it must be running at a loss. Yeah, it's still going. And the production team behind that is huge, because they come from old media. And then you get Al Jazeera have AJ Plus, and Newsbroke, which is another super left progressive nonsense propaganda machine supported by Qatar. I don't know, just to upset the balance of power in America. Who knows their reasoning behind it. But look at this. You know, director, look at all the producers, cinematographers. There's fucking 3 of them for this. Look at this.
We're going to learn about social. Creepy. It looks creepy.
Well, you got 3. Oh yeah, they bring it half your waist. We'll get into it. Don't worry, we're going to get into it. It's like the dragons in Game of Thrones. They're coming, yeah. Look, art, PA, sound recording, design and mix. Black Rose Sound. Is it 2 people doing sound for this? Still photographer, hair and makeup, poster art. I don't even know what the poster editor, assistant, 2 assistant editors for this. And if you looked at any other big channel that sort of covers subjects that they're doing really well, it's one fucking guy. It's only when you get to, like, you know, when you get over 10 mil subs, you know, you get to that level where you're doing really well. Say you're a Jake Paul, you know, or a PewDiePie, or a Markiplier, you know, that's when you start, that's when you have a team. But even their teams won't be that big. They won't have this many nutters. They have probably a lot of assistants, but like, people like one editor. Loads of them have just an editor and a camera guy, and that's it. But this, look, colorist, and they put the intern motion graphics, you know, Jesus Christ. So much effort has gone into this and this is a failure, because look, everyone hates it, alright? You shouldn't watch it with I usually have ad blocker, but it just slows things down. I'm dealing with choppy internet at the moment, so I don't want anything getting slowed down. But if you're going to check this stuff out for yourself, use ad blocker. Don't give this woman any money, for goodness sake. It's preposterous. Let's have a look at it anyway.
We're going to learn about social justice, revolution, and how to be powerful in the bodies that you have.
Revolution. It's like a communist Sesame Street.
Hello, my young comrades.
I mean, that off the bat, going hello, my young comrades. Why are they wearing yellow then? If they're like, what is the color scheme about? Is that a flag I don't know or something? Is there a flag I don't know? Does that sound like that? Or is that? What is this? Like, seriously, what is this? Yellow. Now you'll notice, obviously, they are all ethnic American minorities. One girl looks like she might have Down syndrome as well, actually. So that's another kind of minority. She might not do. I don't know. I don't know why that's relevant. I just noticed that. I'm literally just thinking aloud. It's got no relevance at all. So they're all, you know, Kristina Wong isn't just speaking to the Chinese element, you know. It's a woke bunch, man. You got a black girl, and there's like a South Asian girl, and another sort of South Asian girl, and a few Asian. I mean, most of them are Asian from different parts of Asia. You know, that girl looks Chinese or Japanese. And this one down here, she's you know, she's one of those. Well, I don't know. It's hard to tell with kids. All kids look the same. They just look a bit fat, you know. Kids are just. Kids aren't properly formed human beings. That's what they are. They're just, which is a good thing to say, like, because they're not proper formed human beings, and yet this woman is going to talk absolute nonsense to them, which is great.
I'm going to show a picture. This is my way of figuring out if you've been tainted by the patriarchy.
Patriarchy? What? Ah!
So off the bat, it's like, this is media studies, and we're going to what we gonna do? we're gonna just push conspiracy theories on them. All right, well, that's good, isn't it? Jesus. Yeah, so that's what you're gonna do, you know. Imagine if David Icke had a bunch of kids on his show, I don't know, called super radical lizard school. I said, let's talk about the Illuminati. You wouldn't send your kids on that. Well, there'd be some lunatics. In fact, lunatics who send their kids on something like this would send their kids on something hosted by David Icke. What am I talking about? Of course they would.
Oh, I heard that.
Who do you think it is?
This looks creepy.
It looks creepy. Why?
There's just like this thing about white people that just makes me be like,
You're
like
like what? Like, does it like it doesn't need to be said, does it? Does this need to be? Do I need to say anything there? Like, that's just such a bad thing to get there. How can you have your kid on there to say something like that? Like, what? There's something about white people that makes me go, like, it's not cool. Like, it ain't cool. There's nothing cool about that. There's nothing cool about letting any kid say that about any race. It's just not cool. Especially when look, come on, be real. This is Asians, okay? They're the majority of the world. I know in America, that's because they're a minority, something like, America's just a weird place. Like, they're just so insular. They have no concept of the outside world. You don't. Like, a lot of you don't. You're a strange nation. You're like North Korea, but with, but you want open borders. You're crazy. You are, man. Come on. Like, you think the rest of the world is like you. It's so weird. America. Like, come on, man. Like, as British people, we travel. You meet British people all over the world with, like, diving in. And then you meet Americans, and it's like they're walking around like this. It's crazy. Come on. You need to do better, guys. You don't get your kids to go on and say stuff like that. That's mad, like. That's mad. Could you imagine? And I hate to do this. I hate to put the shoe on the other foot. Let's do a reverse of, what is it? A Time to Kill, that John Grisham book stroke film. I don't know if this line's in the book. Just quoting the film with Matthew McConaughey. Describes the murder victim. This little girl's been murdered. And it's a little black girl. And he says, now, picture her all dead and shit. He said, now, imagine if she was white. And everyone's like, oh my God, we're racists. You can do this. You can do this. The flip side of this. And what I don't understand is, as well, is like, what I understand is in the world of extreme leftism, there's like racism has been rebranded, which is very common with nutters to do stuff like that. And it's like, it's prejudice plus power, which I'm pretty sure is something Paul Mooney made up in a stand-up routine fucking years ago. It's bizarre. Prejudice plus power. Now, you want to talk about power, like, Asians kill it. Like, Asians like dominate everything. Like, they got they're discriminating against Asians at places, at certain universities. I think it's Harvard University, but they're discriminating against Asians because they just they're overrepresented because they're so good at test results. So they're making it higher for them. They make it harder for them to get in because they're overrepresented. Which shows that they're a very capable bunch. Like, who's in charge? Like, the majority of the world is Asian, East Asian. Do you know what I mean? So if you're talking about the prejudice plus power thing, the only reason you wouldn't have so much power in America is because you're a small minority. There's way more black people. There's way more Hispanic. So even in your terms of thought, it's very strange. And then what they won't do is celebrate their superiority, in a way, the superiorities that they have in terms of like education. Yeah, and they just kill it. They're killing it. And they'll instead do this, but like, come on, you can't send your kids on to it. This is a show, okay? This isn't your typical YouTube fucking video, is it? This is a show. I mean, look at all the people behind it. Okay, right? And you let your go, and doing this face, white people a bit like, like, did they make her say this, or did this come out of her mouth? If it just came out of her mouth, then it's like, you know, you can't let it, you'd cut that. Like, it's like, no, we'll call her Doris. No, Doris, you can't say shit like that. Okay, that's wrong. Okay, that's what any sensible person would say. No, you can't say shit like that to a kid. That's what sensible people do. Yeah, this is coming from someone who's not too sensible. Okay, but fucking hell, I know what kids shouldn't say. If my nephew said anything like that, I'd be like, bah! I'll slap the boy across the room, you know. Yeah, I have a little Jamaican nephew, so that's the only way I understand it. Let's carry on.
Like, if they're like right there in a pool, and I'm just like walking into the pool, and they just give me the death stare, and then I'm just like.
So if this guy was in the pool, you would moonwalk out. Yeah. Does he look like a good guy or a bad guy?
Bad guy.
Who do we think this is? Make a guess. Dumbledore. Who's he married to? Who's your guess?
Katy Perry.
Who's married to Katy Perry? And she's like, that was the, if you don't know, that's Woody Allen. Who had an adopted Asian daughter, East Asian. I don't know where, can't remember exactly where it's from, and you know, he ended up marrying the bitch. He was a very unconventional man. I can't believe she brought up Woody Allen. Notice they didn't touch on anything like that. Notice they. That's just fucked up. But I'm not even going into all the amount of jokes and stuff I could go into right now. The fact that, oh no. I'll save that for another time. A different medium, because that is priceless. It's priceless.
It's Donald Duck.
What do we know about him? What do we know about him?
He's bad.
Unfortunately, the president.
I want to fire him. I want to build a wall.
How do we feel about this wall?
There's clearly, there is a little girl delivering lines for probably the 8th time, you know, because she's a child. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes it's like quite easy to spot. Yeah, this has been, you know, they've been told what to say. And like I said, that girl talking about like white people like that. Like if they told her to say that as well, that's so bad. That's terrible, man. That's terrible. Jesus. Let's try and work out how much of this is really what little girls think.
Is blocking opportunity for people that don't live in America to come here for a better opportunity.
And
she definitely 100% thought of that herself.
all came
100%.
at some point from some other place.
My dad came here and my mom came here too.
Oh, she hasn't got down. She just looks like she's been punched. Why are her eyes so puffy, man? She looks like she didn't get her lines right like loads of times, and that Kristina Wong fucking just roundhoused her. Poor girl. Who's the makeup department here again? Who's the makeup artist? Gregory Barney. Well, it's a dude. What's a dude being a makeup artist for, you idiot boy? What does dude know about making up a woman? God. That's like a woman being a... I don't know. Women can do most things. I have to think on that one. I will come up with an example.
From where?
Cambodia.
Oh, wow. What do you think they think that they came from all the way to Cambodia and this is what they get to look at on the TV screen all the time?
I don't know. it'd be far better than the regimes that are in charge of Cambodia would ever be. That's that. If I was Cambodian, that's what I'd be thinking, going, well, he's a bit of a donut, but my God, he is super chill compared to our governments over the past few decades.
It is Hello Kitty. What is she missing?
Where's her mouth? No,
Her mouth. Why doesn't she have a mouth?
The people who created her didn't want Asian girls to speak up about who they are. Yeah, to speak.
What? What the fuck? What the fuck are you teaching kids about Hello Kitty? Oh my God. That's so deep. Hello Kitty's everywhere, especially here. Like, with grown-ass women as well, wearing loads of Hello Kitty stuff. It's like, oh, okay. I would think it's like endearing and cute, but I think it's like, come on, you're a grown-ass woman. What are you wearing a Hello Kitty jumper for goodness sake? What's the matter with you? But if only they knew that Hello Kitty was specifically designed to stop Asian girls from having a voice. I mean, you know, I mean, who invented Hello Kitty? Hello Kitty. Who created Hello Kitty? Should we find out? Is a fictional cartoon character who doesn't have a mouth. Created by Yuko Shimizu, who is a lady. Right, so I guess she's internally oppressed. Like, good grief, talk about. Like, why is it with people? Why is it with this shit? I don't get it. It's like, what? We just need to find a problem with everything. Do you know what I mean? How do any of these people have relationships? You ever been out with someone who just sees a problem in everything? You know, when then people have got a problem with everything or a problem with everyone. I don't like him. I don't like her. Why? I don't know. Oh, somehow I clicked on tool. Oh my God. See, why is that coming up as a... Oh God. I'll be playing music on the Twitch. I'll bloody mute this bit of the fucking video now. Bastard. Fuck. Well, like, why? Yeah, you know, it's someone who's got a problem with everybody, just doesn't like anybody. It's like, ah, fuck him, fuck that. Just find a reason to hate everything, or a problem, or a reason not to do nothing. Oh, I can't go there, can't go. Why? Oh, you know, it's too hot. Oh, it's too cold. You know, no one likes people like that. As soon as you're in a relationship with someone like that, it's like, ah, you just need to get bent. Just get fucked, would you? That's what these people are like. It's just Hello Kitty. It's designed with no mouth.
Very profound.
To oppress.
Very profound. So if Hello Kitty had a mouth, what would she say? If she had a mouth, she's been
Completely. I think that's a genuine. I don't know how many takes they did actually do. I don't know. Because it's like, yeah, with kids, isn't it? No, comrades. No, comrades. That's not what she'd say. What would she actually say?
Been keeping vaulted up in her all these years. Let me hear it. Alyssa, what are you going to say?
I love you.
Oh.
This fucking was 2 minutes. And it's only like 2 minutes. How long have I been on this? Man, I've been going on about this for fucking ages. It's just 2 minutes of fucking nonsense. What the fuck? Wow. Man, that's the weakest shit I've ever seen. Who is this bonkers absolute tit? Let's see what they say about vocabulary. I mean, this has got to be
One of the
gold,
exciting
hasn't it?
things about writing and teaching a sushi class
sharing the
is
joy of
that I have
sushi.
skills and a story that I can.
Wow.
Welcome to Radical Cram School. We're
Yeah,
going to learn about
yeah.
social
Get on
justice.
with it. What's that? Is that someone with a middle finger stuck out? I didn't notice that before.
Hello. To be powerful in the bodies that you have.
Where is the person sticking
Hello,
their
my
fingers
sisters.
out? Oh yeah, look.
Revolution.
Long live the revolution. What revolution? What possible revolution is going on here? The revolution against sanity. What the hell
Hello,
is
my
this?
sisters. Words are
Okay,
very
let's slap a
powerful.
dislike
oh,
on it.
yeah. So I'm going to show you
Why
some
not?
words. Yeah. And you're going to tell me what you think it means. What is this?
Misogyny.
Misogyny. What do we think it is?
No little kids could read that. Just saying, they wouldn't be able to. No.
The misogyny parlor? That could be a thing. So misogyny is the hatred of women. Is that a weird?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the hatred of women. What a thing! Oh, I've never heard of such a thing. They wouldn't even understand that. You can tell, like, this girl. I mean, this girl's hammering it right up. Old puff eyes, who must have some allergy or something. I mean, this poor little girl is just look at her. She's suffering. Like, she needs to go home. This one, she just seems a bit clueless, doesn't she? She's not a good actress. But this one, you know, I mean, she's hamming it up. She's not a pro, but she's doing her bit.
Your mother or your sister or something like that. Gender non-binary.
All right. What does this mean?
You're gender fluid.
Gender fluid. Wow. What does gender fluid mean?
Like you can be any gender you want to be. You're not a boy, or like you're not just a boy, you're not just a girl.
Yeah. Does anybody know anyone who's gender non-binary? Elle?
I am gender fluid.
You're gender fluid. That's a wonderful thing. Thank you.
This is the one. This girl. She's just like, when she delivered that line earlier, it was like, "Ah!" And now she's like, I am. My God, please sue your parents when you're older. When you grow up, sue your parents. Sue this company, because this is child exploitation. This poor girl. Oh, she's so cute, man. How could you do that to a kid, man? Jesus. Well, I mean, people do far worse to kids, I expect. Well, I expect. Of course they do. We know this. But, you know, it's all bad. It's all bad, isn't it? I'm not going to play the, well, at least I haven't done this to him. It's like, okay, with a round of applause. I'll send you your non-pedophile murderer fucking medal in the post, yeah? At least you hadn't done that. You know, I just inject heroin and puke on my baby and teach her fucking conspiracy theories. Alright.
For sharing that. So when people talk about genders only being two things, you go, no, there's actually gender non-binary. It's a thing.
It's a thing.
What is this
It's
word?
a thing.
I think it's like when you're hurting someone, like press. If you're like making a
Depression.
sandwich and then you just press this.
Like a panini?
Maybe it's
Oppression's like a panini. That's about as deep as this gets, isn't it? Really,
opposite
anyway.
of depression.
So this is depression, and then oppression is like, yeah, I'm oppressed. So oppression is things like racism, when rich people are being awful. This is maybe the most hidden.
That's the. Who is this? Is this for actual kids? That's why I'm quite worked out. Is this for kids to watch? To have kids in it, and that's as they're covering some really, I mean, oppression, right? Oppression, and that's how much she covers. This, you know, it's like racism, and you know, rich people are being bad. What? That's your that's the education. That's as deep as you'll. That's as much as you're going to tell your audience. Like, if you want to go, if this is to be taken seriously on any level, you need to go way deeper on these things. Forget about the lunacy of all of this. And this woman is just bonkers. This is bonkers. This is child exploitation. This is just madness. But forget all that and just look at it on its face value as an actual piece of content that's trying to cover really deep subjects to, you know, and they put the kids' ages in here as well. So, you know, I mean, they got 10 and 11-year-olds. They all look the same age. Who's 10 and 11? Dear. I mean, 7, you know, 7 to, you know, you can drill. They're like sponges, man. You know, that's why you shouldn't teach them nonsense. But if you wanted to actually educate these children and your audience, like, why aren't you going deep into the subjects? Like 2 minutes 27, the majority of that is intro and outro. It's just brush over. Yeah, oppression is like, you know, it's just bad stuff that happens. They did more of jokes than they did about actual content. It was more like, what? Oh, I'm depressed, I'm oppressed. Oh, it's like a Michael McIntyre joke. Like, you can't even do that. You know what I mean? You can't even do anything good with the shit that you're doing. At least if it went deep into it. But it's like, what is the purpose of this? Is this just being made? Is this being funded by Paul Joseph Watson and the likes? Has this been funded just so they can fucking have content for their videos? Because I swear it has. Like that's surely that is the only purpose of this. Surely there is no other outcome. Like, what are you going to do with this? Who is this benefiting? Because even if you're trying to push across this lunatic message that you're trying to push across, you're doing a terrible job of it, because you're not saying anything. This is just how it is. Like, just go, yeah, this is this, and this is this. You turn left, you turn right. The sun goes up, the sun goes down. When my head hurts, I take an aspirin. Like, what the fuck is the matter with you? Like, you can't even do a shit job good. God, terrible. What is this? All you people involved in this should be ashamed. Let's forget about the one thing you should be ashamed of, which is just abusing children's minds. I mean, that is a big no-no. But 2, even if you believe all of this nonsense, you should be ashamed of the work that you've done, because this is subpar crap. This is terrible. There's nothing. This is baseless, fluffy shit. Even if everything in here was completely good, it was truth, and it was worthy of people's attention, it would still be shit because of the way you've made it. Like, there's nothing good here. Even the costumes are absolutely ridiculously crap. I mean, look at this, American female Asian. I mean, what even is that? Is that who drew this poster? Because there's a poster art, Alex Chu. All of these motherfuckers. What is it? Just a cousins and shit. You fucking lame bastards. Come on. What else have we got?
Kind of racism that there is. Our identities have intersections. Have you ever heard this term? It's a man's world. Slowly annoying. One day it's too much, and you're like, ah! Yeah. Oh, Brooklyn.
My cousin, she can be a little bossy. And one day I had enough, and I said, I'm leaving. And I made her mad because everyone followed me.
I feel like I was that girl when I was your age. But that's an aside.
Radical Cram School!
You should all pat yourself in the face for 24 hours. Really hard. Good God. It's a shame you can't slap even more dislikes on it. Who is this woman? Come on. What's this? Listen to my rap album. Oh my God. Watch my movie. Well, that link doesn't. She's got a film. She's got a film. What are you doing? Can we just? Sorry, you're looking at Becky being an absolute spanner right now. Flying what? If she sold this website and it goes to something weird, then... Sorry, Vimeo On Demand title is no longer available. Wong flew over the cuckoo's nest. Raucous and irreverent. That's Wong in a nutshell. The Associated Press. Burbank International Film Festival 2011. Mate, we got... What is it? What? Like... She's got a tour? What the hell is she doing on tour? What does she do on tour? Is she a comedian? I don't know. What is she doing? What does this woman do? What is she? Brutal but hilarious. A woman who takes life's absurdities very seriously. One of Salon.com and Alternet's 10 best moments in political comedy. That's hardly a glowing endorsement. One of the 7 funniest eco-comedians. What is an eco-comedian? I've never even... What is an eco... Kristina Wong was featured in New York Times off-color series highlighting artists of color who use humor to make smart social statements about the sometimes subtle, sometimes obvious ways that race plays out in America today, which is something that you fuel. She is a performance artist. Oh God, when that's your first thing, performance artist, you're whack. You know you're whack. Comedian and writer who has been presented internationally across North America, the UK, Hong Kong and Africa. On just Africa. North America, the UK, Hong Kong, because China won't have you, and Africa. Just Africa. Most recently her solo theatre show, The Wong Street Journal. God, how many times do you want to use your surname? Like probably one of the most common Chinese surnames as a pun. That's really awful. Like everything, like Wong flew over the cuckoo's nest, the Wong Street Journal. It just sounds like the name of a shit Chinatown restaurant, or just a shit Chinese restaurant, isn't it? When you get shit Chinese restaurants that have a stupid name, you're like, nah, that's whack. The Wong Street Journal. I bet one time someone thought of putting a Chinese restaurant on Wall Street and calling it that. Good God. Was presented by the US consulate in Lagos, Nigeria. Right, so that's your Africa bit, yeah? It's just Nigeria. Why don't you just put Nigeria? Come on, man. A pilot presentation with Lionsgate for True TV. Oh God. Her commentaries have appeared on American public media's Marketplace, PBS, Vice, Jezebel, Playgirl Magazine, Huffington Post, and CNN. Oh God. She's been awarded artist residencies from the MacDowell Colony, New York Theatre Workshop, and Ojai Playwrights Festival. I don't know nothing about them things. I don't know whether that's good or bad. Her work has been awarded with grants from Creative Capital, the MAP Fund, Center for Cultural Innovation, National Performance Network, and Kohler Master Artist Fellowship from the Los Angeles Department of Cultural Affairs. Basically organizations that want to look good. She produced a viral web series called How Not to Pick Up Asian Chicks, and has just released a radical cram school web series teaching social justice to Asian American kids. So one of them was black, yeah? Oh, whatever, who cares? She's recently released music videos accompanying a rap album. Oh, shut up. Let's go. How viral is this this web series of yours? That's what I want to know. How viral is this?
Welcome to
how viral
Radical
is,
Cram
your
School.
web series?
We're going to learn
My
about
dear.
social justice, revolution,
Let's have a look.
and how to be powerful in the bodies that you have. Hello,
Crap play.
Mike.
Shut up. Asian women review. How to get an Asian girlfriend. What, this is your viral stuff, is it? It's got less views than the other crap. That's your viral. These are your viral videos, yeah. You know, the term viral has really been diluted by people writing their own press releases. This needs to stop. This has to stop. This woman must be stopped. She is a complete and utter bonehead. That's all I can say.